do 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 do. And we are live. How's everybody doing? Everybody, all two of you watching. Hi bum crack, hi lag. There's Tom.
Good
Can you hear
morning.
me? Yeah. Hi left side layer.
Yep, that's me.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
oh wow.
How was your day? Your Memorial Day?
It was fine. Didn't do much. Cooked some burgers on the grill. That's about it. Yeah. Old Sadie's boss had a huge party. He had a band that Sadie spent days building the stage for. Hey, Cyber. Hey, Phil. Hey, Craig. Hey, James. Hey, John. Hey, Fishing. Lag. Everybody. Yeah. And that's, yeah. Everybody have a good Memorial Day. Hey, Harry. Stinking work. Stinking work. Well, Harry, thanks for popping in. Morning, morning. It's Tuesday. So, what's going on? What's the news? I heard some sad news this morning.
What was that?
Um, there's a YouTuber reseller named Cody's Creations on YouTube,
Uh huh.
and sometime during the weekend she passed away.
Wow.
She was not in great health, but anyway, but um, yeah, she was a longtime friend of Victoria on Victoria,
Right.
Victoria's morning show.
Right.
And we just finished watching Victoria's show. And in fact, Victoria's probably still on, finishing up her show.
I
But
thought I thought she only did them on Fridays now.
she did. Today was her first day back at Monday through Friday morning shows.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, that was sad.
Yep.
Everybody over on Victoria's channel was just crying and carrying on and praying and this and that. Sad. She was only like 54,
Wow.
too young to pass.
I believe today's Bridget's birthday. I think she's
Really?
55 today. See if she's
Really?
lurking. I'm not 55.
Bridget's birthday? I didn't get a Facebook notification. Why not? Let's see. Hmm. Maybe I'm not Facebook friends with her. Huh. Yeah, Cody, she only had one leg. I think she'd had diabetes real bad and it just uh, had to go through some an amputation process a few
Mm.
years ago or something like that. She was a hilarious lady. She said, "I'm going to take my leg and throw it at that guy." But she'll be missed on if you got to have any interactions with her. She was a interesting and fun lady. Hey, Mateo. Yeah, Sadie, were you like the chaperone, like at a school dance or something at the boss's party, or were you one of the ones that needed chaperoning?
He was the one that was got. He's the one that got in trouble for skinny dipping in the lake. Oh,
Uh, I was the old drunk guy. I bet you did have a knock back a couple.
well, it takes a few. It takes a few to get drunk off of what he drinks.
I did play one song with the band. All right. Yeah, them Mick Ultras, they takes two or three to get you moving. Uh, so,
Throw your link out there so some of these bums can get in here with you.
okay. I completely forgot.
Well, I was just because I sit here and I kind of doze, and I'm afraid I'm gonna doze off.
Yeah, Bumcrack, he knows about Cody. He knew Cody from interactions on YouTube's. But yeah, like Scott the Bearded Picker always says, you never know. You better take care of yourself and uh, hold dear the people in your life.
Yeah, because it's like me.
I mean, we could all kick off at any moment.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I woke up Friday morning feeling fine. Sorry about that. Uh, and then by 3 o'clock that afternoon, I was under the knife for a problem with my eye, and it's just totally screwed up. Having to be on my side, I basically can't do anything except lay here.
Yeah, yeah, he Bumcrack knows everybody. Uh, Bumcrack used to hang out on the reseller six pack show. That's been a couple few years ago.
Yeah.
Bumcrack been around. Yeah. Just sad to hear about somebody in their mid 50s just they just gone.
Yeah.
If I
Well,
have to go though, I don't want to linger. I don't want to sit there
we,
with tubes sticking out of me for 2 or 3 years laid up in some assisted care, but whatever. Lost my dad at 67, eldest sister 66.
I told the story before about the friend of mine that came home from work, sat down in his chair. His wife went to get him a glass of tea, and she came back, he had died. He's 45 years old.
Yep.
You just never know when your gig's up.
Stuff like Harlan's brother.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, Ontario's pretty hot, huh?
Is that Ontario, Canada? Or is that Ontario, Oklahoma?
Canada, yeah. Mateo's up there in the frozen tundra, except sounds like they're warm today. We're a balmy 70 degrees going to a high of 83 with rain. We're getting some rain today. Actually, we're supposed to get rain every day this week, or a chance of rain.
Oh Lord.
Uh, Sadie's showing me a picture of. It must have been a good party. He's taking out the trash, and there's 3 empty bottles of Patron. uh, Patron's
That's an expensive tequila, isn't it?
isn't that a tequila? Yeah.
An
Look,
expensive tequila,
look at the
I
back
think.
of Sadie's truck is just filled with trash. uh, Bad relationship with dad, but yeah, I wanna like to be sitting by my swimming pool or something, and then just not wake up.
That's just it. I don't want to, like somebody said, or you said already, I don't want to be there with a bunch of tubes and stuff like that in me. Just
Yeah,
living. If I don't have a good, fairly decent quality of life, I'd just rather go.
floating on a pool floaty or something, and
That's right.
cold drink in the little holder, and
S- Sitting on the deck of, on the balcony of a cruise ship, watching the ocean go by. Speaking of cruise ships, if y'all keep up with any of the cruising, because I know there's some cruisers in the group, uh, there was a article about the Carnival Sunshine getting hit by a storm, and it just wreaked havoc, like 60-foot wakes and things like that. That's the one we go out of out of Charleston. They got flooded, and I mean, you got to think about 60-foot wakes. That's almost twice the height, the length of our house. I mean, that's a pretty big wave.
dang,
Mister said he wants to go with a banjo in his in his banjo, his guitar in one hand and a ultra in the other.
freeze my head. I'm a fighter. Yeah, I don't know if the rumor is true, but I always heard that Walt Disney is cyber, or what do you call it when they freeze you? Not crystallized, something.
Honey, what is it called when they freeze somebody? Cryogenics.
Crowd, yeah.
See, that's what you get. That's what you can get answers like that when you're married to a smart woman.
I've heard that Walt Disney's somewhere laid up on in cryogenics, waiting till I don't know, till Mickey comes to life, I guess.
uh,
Anyway, yeah, I don't know that I don't know that I'd want to come back. Maybe.
there's a What is that show called? It's a cartoon. It's animated. It's not cartoon. It's
I'm getting
adult.
worried about you two. This is like turning into the old man, how do I want to die show.
Shut up.
Well, I mean, I turned it on and it's like, well, I want to die this way, but I want to die that way.
When are we going to start talking about our cords?
Oh, God, bunions or something.
Well, we got started on it because Cody of Cody's Creations on YouTube died during the weekend,
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. Is it a reseller?
age 54. She
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Cody's Creations? I don't.
she's a
Passed away.
reseller.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, her YouTube channel is still up. If you want to
I'll
take a
check
look
it
at it.
out. I haven't been really
I don't
watching
think
a
that's
lot of
what I-
YouTube, so I don't think I can't say that I've seen it.
Ted Williams' head is.
You've been putting out you've been getting all the hay ready to right.
No,
Plant
I
your,
was gone. I went to a horse show this weekend, so then I was gone and doing that.
did you ride or did you just go to?
No, I rode. No, I rode.
Well, you've gotten back into horse riding. Is Jim going to get back into bartending?
Is Jim? No, Jim quit drinking. Jim had gotten divorced from his first wife, so he's going through his second childhood. I think he mostly was bartending and go find another lady.
Okay.
Yeah, Bumcrack put up Cody's channel. If anybody wants to go watch one of her she did live shows. She never did just straight recorded videos. Anyway,
How was your weekend, Tara?
Good. I was all right. I mean, my eBay was kind of slow, but maybe it's because I wasn't around. I don't know.
Right.
my eBay was good Saturday and Sunday, and then yesterday it
Mm.
kind of average.
Well,
I got 22 packages going out for 3 days. That's
Yeah,
pretty good for me.
I don't even know. I didn't even look at it this morning.
when Todd, when it is in September, you going to be gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I can get Lag to come over and house sit.
Yeah. It'll do him good to get out of his mama's basement.
The one, the only bearded picker.
Hold on.
Hold on. Gotta adjust your underwear.
My underwear. What?
Boy, we even got Scott today.
Yeah.
I've already got the thong right where I want it.
Oh, so now that you're here,
Yeah.
Supply Hut.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah. There was a recent video by another reseller couple that
Yeah, I watched it.
did a test of how much bubble wrap you actually get on Bubblewrap, and Supply Hut was one of the brands that came up woefully short.
Yeah, there was only one that was worse.
Like if you ordered 700 feet of bubble wrap, you got like a little over 400 feet.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I've never.
So,
I buy the Amazon Basics brand. I don't ever buy. Which they were what 10% short.
so I actually bought bubble wrap twice from Supply Hut using Scott the Bearded Picker's link. And where's he at? He's down there. And so I sent them a message on their website saying, "Hey, I'm pretty sure the packages of bubble wrap that I got were exactly like the ones in that video. Do you want to send me some more bubble wrap?" Or they said, "Give us your PayPal and we will send you a refund." And they did. I mean, that was yesterday evening, Labor Day yesterday. It was like 6:37 p.m. here. And so they're in an Eastern time zone, I think. So they're working after hours trying to straighten stuff out, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do it themselves or if they pay somebody to do it.
They said in the message they were having quality issues with their manufacturer.
Yeah, that means they don't do it themselves.
And I thought I'd seen them on a live saying that that they made everything in-house in their facilities.
I've never seen them on live, so I couldn't tell you.
Anyway, so I also saw a video by Kevin the Commonwealth Picker, who Supply Hut has been sponsoring him for like 2 years.
Right.
And he took off the links on his channel to them, at least I guess until they get it straightened out. So, in fact, his newer shed, they titled it, they named it the Supply Hut.
Yeah, no.
Because of the big sponsorship he was getting from them.
Well, it
So
sounds
anyway,
like they're trying to make things right if they immediately, refunded you some money.
I mean, they didn't even ask questions. They just how
They're probably
much.
like, we don't want to piss Silverhairstacker off. He'll go on
That's
his
right. He'll
phone.
Oh
take all
yeah.
his viewership will just destroy us.
But they were like, how much do you think you were shorted? And I just gave a rough estimate of, because I did place 2 orders of 700 feet, so that would have been
About
close
six.
to 600 feet short.
So what did this other channel do? They rolled it out and measured it?
Yeah. I'll get the link and put it in here. It's a neat video.
Oh, yeah.
What made them do that? Because they thought they were coming up short, or
They said that they had heard that from other people that, hey, this might not be a full roll, or you might not be getting the full amount.
Hmm.
So they ordered several different brands and did a side by side. They got a great big yard and they just cha-ching. They did a side by side comparison of several different brands. The Amazon store brand came up short.
It was 10% short.
That's a
Yeah.
shock.
Only 10% though. Supply
ones
Hut,
that-
what was it? 750 feet, and they got what, 470?
They were 40% short.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. So this wasn't like they had a bad spokesperson or something. This was just because of the
This was
product.
somebody doing
Yeah, there's the link to their channel.
Todd can bring the whole force of this teachers union, the coin hoarders, and the resellers against you.
So yeah.
And ARP.
And the band.
So they refunded me $34 and something. So
Yeah. When that starts getting out too, they're really going to be getting hit up for partial refunds.
who?
I said that gets out too. They're gonna really start getting hit up for partial refunds from other people that bought from them.
Well, 4,000 people have seen the video, so
Yeah, I mean when that word gets, I mean
Oh my God.
that might hurt them.
Well, you had the guy who started LL Bean. His first batch of boots he had a bad rubber formulation and they all cracked and they were all junk. He took out a mortgage to refund all the people who bought his boots the first batch
Yeah.
he made. Then reformulated it with the money he had left over and got back on his feet. But I mean, he actually mortgaged his house to pay those people back. Sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah. So that's good on Supply Hut for doing a quick refund, and they just took my word for how much I thought I was shorted. So
Well, it looks like they would. I know they are contracting out the manufacturing of the stuff, and they're expecting the contractor that's manufacturing to be accurate. But it looks like every once in a while they would have done quality control on it.
Yeah, you don't accidentally miss 40%. Though, let's be honest. I'm not blaming that company, like you said, they're outsourcing. But I mean, whoever they're using is for their
Reminds me a little bit of that contractor that would do those CBRFs where they paid to build one, but they were going to put copper in, but the contractor decided to be cheaper in PEX because he saved so much money, but he still kept the money like he plumbed it in copper anyway.
Exactly. And he says, well, PEX is better anyway. They're like, yeah, it is better, but give us our money back for the overage. Yeah, so that was big. That actually happened to us. That was at a real estate office. But
Mr. Mercedes, some drop shipping is allowed. If you have a relationship with a supplier, it's not really. It's technically still drop shipping, but it's not drop shipping.
No. Well, in any case, 40% is hard to miss.
Yeah, when you're talking about a roll of bubble wrap, that's a lot of area.
Why didn't you tell us about this earlier, John? If you knew about Supply Hut shortened.
I didn't want to be a tattletale.
Yeah, snitches get stitches.
I guess I'm getting stitches.
Everybody except American Bubble Boy was short, right?
They were the closest. They
were still short some.
Just maybe 10 feet.
Well,
short.
some of that depends on who's holding the ruler too.
Well, they use one of those wheels. They didn't use a ruler.
Who's got their thumb on the scale?
I would expect it to have been over. It was a guy measuring. I would have expected it to have been like 40 or 50 feet longer.
Well, at least
it is a long video. It's hard to watch. I guess it's kind of boring.
Can they get in trouble with with like the government or the state about
Joanna
selling stuff that's not actually supplying what they're selling? Does that make sense?
I guess it would depend what state they're in, but yeah.
A false advertising or something?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Kentucky is, but I know Wisconsin, it's the Department of Agriculture is in charge of that. That they're your consumer protection.
Yeah, North Carolina, the Department of Agriculture is the one that goes around and shoots all the tags out in a store. To check pricing.
They're in Ohio, I believe, other side of Cleveland.
Yeah, but in Wisconsin, Department of Agriculture is in charge of wage and hour too. So, like, if you're having trouble with your boss not paying you or whatever, you go to the Department of Agriculture. It's weird, but that's Wisconsin.
Lag your BS, and what are you talking about?
Well,
whatever. I mean, if they're paying the people, I mean, if they're giving people refunds, I guess they're not. That would keep you out of trouble.
Yeah. And hopefully they should have known that these cheap ass resellers are going to catch them sooner or later if they knew it.
Well, I actually like their boxes because they're lighter. Sometimes I can get by with cheaper postage because
That's why I
it'll
use.
come in
That's
a
why I use them.
couple
Yep.
ounces lighter, or big box, maybe even a pound lighter.
And then I read one of the comments. Their boxes aren't even the right size. They don't measure up on the outside. I'm like, an 8x6x4 is the interior dimensions, you dummy, not the exterior. Not that it makes that much of a difference.
Well, that bearded picker fella, he promotes Supply Hut, doesn't he?
I never used their bubble wrap. I never even mentioned their bubble wrap.
You always use them for their boxes.
I use them for the boxes only because their boxes. Todd's 100% right. And, their boxes being the 24 ECT or ETC, whatever it is, they're when you're in that first 16 ounces and you can fall in the different 4-ounce ranges, you can save $1 at a time just having a lighter box.
Yep.
So, what do you use your coupon for when you your eBay coupon for, Scott? If you don't get your boxes, or if you get your boxes from these other people?
I get boxes from them too just because they're free.
Okay.
But I usually get the crazy sizes. Like here's one. This time I got 12, 12, 12s. And I got last time I got the 14 7.5s. I've got 12 810s in theirs. Because I didn't used to sell a lot on eBay, but I've got freaking 18 to ship this morning.
So we'll do a live experiment. Let's see how big a 644 box really is from Supply Hut. Well, that says 4 inches. And that says 6 inches. Exterior. So, I don't know.
See, the problem is you go over there and get the eBay box, and everybody because the eBay box is bigger than that one because they changed the eBay box about a year ago to be like 6.5 by 4 or whatever.
Right.
Oh wow, yeah. The eBay box is almost 5 across.
Yeah, they changed that. They changed that about a year ago. They changed that.
Yeah, they're 4 3/4 across, so it's 6. It's about 6 4 3/4.
Yeah.
And 4 3/4. So it's 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 by 6 on the eBay label box.
Is this what guys do? They just sit around measuring boxes?
Here, I'm going to measure 4 inches. Oh, this ruler's got to be something's wrong with it. It's way longer than 4 inches.
It's measuring the box is a whole lot more scientific than wondering if you're going to hit the sides or not.
Okay.
So these Supply Hut boxes, are they more in line with like the thickness of them? Are they more like in line with the priority boxes?
No, they're thicker than the priority boxes.
They're thicker than the priority boxes, but not as thick as a regular cardboard box.
They're like halfway between a priority box and an eBay box. And eBays are all 32s.
Bye,
Right.
Cyber. Thanks for coming in.
Do you guys buy manila envelopes online? Like for mailing like magazines and stuff?
I buy the poly ones, but I generally buy them from my last ones of them came from Supply Hut, and they're fine.
Supply, okay. Yeah, because I was using, because I don't sell that many magazines and stuff like that, but I was buying envelopes from Walmart. Just because I didn't do it that often. But I mean, Walmart's supplier for their manila envelopes, they went to like some kind of tissue paper. I mean, it's like not even an envelope. It's like onion skin. And I had customers complaining that, they're like, well, it came okay, but the envelope was all ripped up. So I got to find something different. I may go to that plastic envelope.
Yeah, that's the one thing I did use with Supply Hut because they are $3 to $4 cheaper than anybody else I could find for those. And I'm just throwing DVDs in them, or you know what I mean. Yeah. I use the number ones, the 8.5 by 11. And somebody claimed that they bought those from somebody, and I was shorted 2 of them. I can tell you this: if I ordered a box of 100, I'm not counting 100 of them. Sorry, it doesn't matter that much to me.
In the time you took to count those, you could listed 2 items that made more than enough to pay for them.
That's
And I
dedication if you count the boxes when you get them in.
got news for you folks. All these people bitching and whining about bubble wrap. If you bought an air pillar machine, you wouldn't have to deal with all this shit.
Yep.
Do you have one?
Yeah, he does.
Do
You
you?
haven't watched Scott's
Yeah.
videos?
Yeah,
Oh,
I print out this stuff. It's the quilted sheets. I ship everything in these quilts.
so
I'll do a shipping video today. I got 18. Let me see if there's anything exciting to ship today.
You know how your girl? You know how your girl has like 4 knobs on the front? Scott's has 5, and they all go to 11.
Okay.
Damn right.
so
Let's see. A remote.
I got these at a estate sale for like nothing. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. I've done that at auctions or that where
Just-
you'll have like office supplies. You know, big boxes of envelopes or whatever.
I bought like
Yeah.
two or three
Oh yeah.
boxes of these.
Yeah.
Everybody
for,
should have the 6. Doesn't everybody have a big supply of the 6x9 bubble mailers? Because
Yeah,
I told you about a year ago when Walmart dropped them down to like $1 a whatever it is pack. I mean, I have a whole box full of things. One of my stores had 20 or 30 in them. I mean, I just went and spent the $20 and got 20 packs.
Yeah, we never got that deal.
You poor bastard.
Our Walmart clearance is tough. We got a bad clearance Walmart.
No, but a couple years ago we did get some. They're
We got
long
the $50
used up.
chainsaw.
No, but they're long used up. But a long time ago, remember they had clearanced out like all their bubble wrap, but they also had some kind of like bubble wrap envelopes, but they were super cheap. We bought them all,
Yeah.
but we've used them
But they were
long
little
ago.
packs. They're only packs of 3. I mean, they're still.
I don't remember, but they were cheap.
Hey, for the record, some big girl bought 3 of the 3Xs.
Oh boy.
So I have a pack. I sold some deodorant that's out of date by a good bit. Somebody paid $41 for 1 stick of deodorant.
Wow.
I got a bunch of
dedication. You must
bunch of
really
golf
like
clubs.
that brand.
That smell must bring all the boys to the yard.
Yeah. Or girls.
The girls.
I have 5 golf clubs I listed. I sold all 5. An iPod, a Beanie Baby. They don't sell. Sorry.
You gotta get the Lady Di one. You gotta get that purple one.
Fishing and picking. I got a message saying my payout was sent out this morning. I don't know if you do daily or weekly. I do weekly, and I got a message saying it was sent. Expiration dates are the coffee I'm drinking this morning. I put I put one of one and one of the other. One of the ones expired in 2017, and it tastes like coffee.
24K. They're peel and stick. They got the thing you peel off.
But all you people that have got slow eBay sales, I'm gonna tell you the secret. List shit people want to buy.
Yeah.
Yep.
The t-shirt you found in the bins with a stain on it because you thought it was cool. Not everybody thinks that's cool. Just saying.
You God, does people not wash their stuff before they send it out?
Our new thrift store open. I'm gonna have to go there at 9. I bought all kinds of crap there yesterday.
Sure. Send them on, Mateo. I'll look at them in my off
Tom,
period.
the thrift store sprays those T-shirts with bug killer before they put them out for sale. That's good enough. You don't need a longer.
That's just nasty.
Well, that they have a weird smell to them.
I'm not kidding you. They
do have some kind of weird smell.
It's
to
some
them.
kind of chemical that's supposed to kill bed bugs and lice and stuff, fleas.
I can throw 30 shirts in a damn wash machine and run it, and I just. I mean, even though you're supposed when you buy something brand new off the shelf at that at a high end store, you're supposed to wash it or dry clean it before you wear it because God only knows what you got on it.
Oh boy.
I usually wash it. If it don't pass, like it's been in a tote for a long time, they'll get like that stale smell. I'll run them through the wash. They're fresh. I don't want to risk a bad feedback over some low end item.
And those are the ones that will get you. If it's under $10, your chances of bad feedback go way up.
Yeah, especially if their feedback's 10 or less, that's another danger zone.
Yeah, I had somebody contact me because I have international shipping turned off. She says she can't find these bicycle shoes anywhere. Would I ship them to Canada? I'm like, all right, for $75, I'll ship them wherever the hell you want them to go. So their women's size is like 5s and 6s. I hadn't sold one yet, and
that's small.
This pays for all of them. I'm like, yeah, you can have them.
I had a guy when I was working at the bar, and it was not when I think I was pretty new yet. Anyway, the two girls are supposed to be helping me. They're the boss's daughters. They're not doing it. They're sitting in a corner laughing it up with some of their friends. And I got this bar is packed. I mean, there's got to be 400 or 500 people, one bartender. I mean, it's just crazy. I got people lined up 3 deep trying to hand me money to buy drinks. I got this one guy comes in with a sport coat, dressed kind of nice for our bar. He comes in, he goes, yeah, I'm up there in that booth up there. Could you bring me and my friends this, and this? I go, buddy, can you fucking see how many people and I'm just using that word because that's the word I use. Can you see how busy I am? I go, I can't be running drinks up to you. He goes, oh yeah, I can see you're busy. Here, let me tip you in advance, and yeah, we'll come get our own drinks. He hands me a $50 bill. I said, sir, you just have a seat. I'll be right over. All these people are just screaming. I'm like, hey, what about us? I'm not cheap, but for $50 I can be bought.
That's what
money talks.
That's what Torres says.
Yeah.
He's easy for 50. He'll do anything.
Yeah.
No, I can tell you stories about giving somebody $50, but this is a family show.
Since when?
Since before 10 o'clock in the morning.
Actually, it wasn't a 50; it was a 5.
Yeah.
Because everybody else was giving her $1 bills. I'm like, she's doing a pretty good job. I'll give her a 5. Holy crap! I was sorry for that. I was crying for Mama.
Is that when you were at Chippendale, Jim?
No, it's Frontier Tavern. It's a real classy place. When you go in the bathroom, you're worried about losing your shoes because they're so sticky on the floor. Like a hospital, when you go in the emergency room where they got that sticky mat or whatever for your shoes. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, this was a real classy place.
So, Scott, you're going to get everything packed today?
Yeah, I think I've got 18 and 1 and 20 the other, so I got 38 to ship. I'm gonna run to the thrift store and then I'm gonna come back and ship everything.
If anybody's around my area, they're opening up a new Ben's down in Rock Hill.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I've only ever been to the Ben's once up in Wisconsin, and it was just such a pain in the ass. I didn't really turn me on.
I did score a homemade
They-
burrito.
You know what would really piss somebody off? If somebody's got big pockets like Todd walked in there and said, when they get ready to open up, he says, I want everything on the floor right now. How
Oh,
much?
good grief. Do you know how much broken, gross stuff is in
Oh
those
my
bins?
God.
My point is,
I don't think I'd do that.
So you
some of those people will just about knock you down trying to get up to the tubs. If you were to walk in and do that, there would be so many. They'd probably just start tearing that place apart like it's a
I think
dadgum
there
race
might be a
fire.
bin store up by Louisville, which maybe someday I've debated on going just to check it out of curiosity, but I haven't done it yet.
if I was going to buy everything in
Got
that
it,
bin
Mateo.
store, first thing I'd do is tell them, okay, I'm going to pay to have it fumigated,
Thanks.
and then I'll haul the stuff out of there. I mean, some of that stuff in those bins is nasty.
So, Bridget, the next time you're passing through this area, headed toward headed to the happiest place on earth, you can. The new bins is only going to be about a block or two off of 577. I just don't. Man, they're opening up 3 new Goodwills and another Benz. I don't. If you go into our Goodwills around here, they got plenty of damn clothes, but any of the like hard goods or any of that kind of stuff, they don't have squat.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that here too.
The hard goods I got, if I'm standing next to people, they're picking up stuff like something. A guy's got a lightsaber or some Star Wars thing. The lady picks it up, she looks at it, doesn't know what it is or whatever, and from about 3 feet, just turns her hand and just drops it back in the bin. Parts go flying everywhere. It's like it wasn't perfect to start with, but I mean now it's just more broken sharps in the bottom of this bin where people are digging through. There's broken glass in there and everything, mixing up with clothes and stuff. Where was that one that we went to? Oshkosh.
Wasn't there Appleton?
Somewhere around the Fox Cities in Wisconsin. Oh my God! Yeah, I mean there are these the canvas bottom or whatever. Yeah, there's like broken glass and sharp pieces of metal and stuff. It's like the Island of Lost Toys, It's like
except there's people fighting you to get to
yeah,
it.
just like this is obviously stuff nobody cared for or nobody gave a crap about.
And I hate people like bumping into me and stuff.
Oh yeah,
they're all right on top of you.
They're doing that boarding house or that jailhouse thing at the cafeteria table where they're using their elbows to push you off to the side and stuff. It's a hot mess. I mean, it was fun, but
one of the few times I've stopped by the bins up here, there was a guy that had apparently a very expensive golfing shoe. It was like it looked like a dress shoe, but it was a golfing shoe. It had the cleats on the bottom. He had one of them, and this woman had the other one. And I thought that woman was going to kill him to try to get that daggum shoe from him.
And
he's like,
go ahead.
He was like, no, he says, I'll take this one. You just keep that one.
In case anybody wonders if Bud Light is still struggling, 2 weeks ago they were down 24.5%. The week before last, which is the last measure they have, they're at 29.5% down.
What was the sign by Bud Light in our Walmart?
$15 rebate.
You get $15 rebate on a case.
Oh yeah, no, it still can't. People are still not buying it.
They're still full.
It was untouched. It was a big end display, and there wasn't a still case pulled from it.
Be interesting.
I did sell a Bud Light T-shirt this weekend though, so there's still somebody out there that'll buy it.
Yeah, we'll send out his name for profiling purposes.
Target is down 10 market cap. It'll be curious to see how Target fares through this.
Yeah, and I heard Kohl's is getting it too because they had that Pride like toddler clothes and stuff. So now Kohl's is getting backlash.
The smartest thing Walmart did was, I think they stayed out of it this year. Maybe they put a couple rainbow shirts up here or there. Nobody cares about just a rainbow shirt. It's when you go after the kids, man, it pisses people off.
No, that is not good.
Yeah.
No
18-month-old needs a binding bathing suit or,
or tuck bathing suit or whatever.
Has anybody ever noticed that all these trans kids are, how many conservative parents have trans kids? It's much rarer.
Yeah.
The liberals and their craziness. Imagine that. They put that shit in their kids' heads.
Well, you can't. A lot of states you can't gamble till you're 21. So if you're going to go in and either take chemicals to change yourself or surgically change yourself, I think you should be at least 18, possibly 21, before you make that decision.
Aren't you supposed to be 18 to get a tattoo?
I don't know.
I don't think you could go in a tattoo parlor until you're 18.
Guy who gave me my tattoo never asked how old I was.
Well, yeah, well, your tattoo sucks. Yeah, if you're gonna have some amateur jailhouse tattoo, that's what you get what you pay for.
Yeah, those amateur ones have that special personality. That
No, they don't. They look
those
like crap.
professional ones don't have any personality.
He has this real shitty tattoo, and I said, "Why don't you get a good tattoo? You can put my name on your arm or something," but he won't do it.
I'm telling you, give it 10 years, and your television will be blasted by ads from Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, where you given hormone dampening meds as a child. I agree. You can get more. You're up for some monies.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, for that they should sue the crap out of them.
The age should be 25. I mean, that's where the brain is fully mature, and you make. Just think about it. You know, if you say 18, all of us are older than 18. From 18 to 22, 23, you're still not the same person again. You know, when I entered college and when I left college, I was not the same person. You know, your beliefs are not there. You know, you think, oh, these people from high school, I'm gonna know them forever. Man, I don't keep in touch with anybody from high school. You know,
I agree with you on that, Scott. But the other thing is, if you're old enough to kill a commie for your mommy, you should have the full bundle of rights. They should decide what it's going to be. If it's going to be 21 or older, that should make that's the age you can go into military service. I mean, because that's what you need, adults out there. Whatever you're going to consider an adult, that's who I want defending the country, not kids.
But if you do 25, that also solves the problem of the military going, you know, are we going to pay for Larry to be
yeah.
You know, you saw all that shit too.
Yep.
Well,
can't imagine what Anissa would go to jail for.
And this is
make her kids a sandwich in the morning.
Yeah, Felix. A lot of Christians don't want to think the same thing either. But you know, if you really understand why Christ was here and what he taught, you know, he came to enhance the law. He didn't come to cancel the law, and it still says in Leviticus not to get tattoos.
Yeah, he didn't get his disciples until he was about 30 years old. So
he was 30 years old. That's correct. That was
yeah.
Saw an interesting video about the calendar. You know, the original calendar used to be, and it probably still should be, 13 months of the year, all 28 days, and there's one extra day every year. And the extra day every year was called Resurrection Day. It celebrated the resurrection of Christ every year.
Presidential elections fall on leap years.
But they slowly moved that away so it would not focus.
Is it true that the governor of Florida threw his name in the pack?
He already did.
He did. He's you got to watch him. He's a fucking swamp rat. You got to. I mean, I like some of the stuff he's done, but he's a fucking swamp rat.
Tom, so you didn't hear nothing about his campaign launch when it was online? It was with Twitter.
With Elon Musk.
With Elon Musk, and it fell flat.
They said they broke the internet, but I think
Tom, you got to get the record player and start listening to the news.
Dude, I have not listened since Friday. I haven't listened to nothing.
Sit in front of the radio. Turn the lights down with the family.
Play the record player.
Play the record player. Get the news.
Jim, you're such an ass.
Even Fox is okay now. It's okay to listen to Fox now. They got rid of that battle.
Go to the movie theater. Watch the talkies. You'll get the news.
Yeah. The one with the rooster. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like since they got rid of Tucker, they're estimating that Fox has lost 1 million permanent viewers across their entire platform.
I have not watched it.
That includes us. Yeah. We dropped them.
I dropped them after the election when they called Arizona. They showed their true colors when they called Arizona before Arizona was done.
Yeah.
Why? I listen. If I was a stockholder in some of these companies and they started this bullshit, I would be raising hell. What are these people thinking about messing with my dollar over, you know, bullshit like the Bud Light thing? I mean, people need to leave stuff alone. It's working. They had a huge market share. You see, they're still saying that the numbers do not really show correctly for Budweiser because there's between the manufacturer and the beer joints, there's several distributors in between them. And these distributors don't buy a truckload at a time. They buy a warehouse full at a time. And now they're starting to, it's time for them to be replenishing their supply, and they don't need any because they still got a damn warehouse full.
And they're starting to buy back the stuff that gets going bad.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, except for that they can't get the people that are addicted to that Michelob Ultra. They keep sucking that down, and they just can't stop them.
Yeah, but that's a different brand. That's a different brand.
Anheuser-Busch.
Anheuser-Busch makes Michelob, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Oh, yeah.
That's for people with tiny hands.
So when you're throwing down that skinny can of Ultra,
well, at least he's not drinking Zima, so.
Only because you can't find it.
Yeah, when you're drinking back that, you're probably gonna have thoughts in the head drinking them skinny cans, thinking you could take it home and use it for a dildo. There you go.
Oh, no, boy. Oh, that's over the top.
Okay. They
skinny Ultra cans because you can't put that little booby can topper on top of them. It comes off.
Hey, I just got a friend request from Sarah Barbie Kendra. All she's got is titties in all her pictures. What do you think?
Uh-oh.
I get those too.
We have one mutual friend. Steven Strait is a friend. Steven, you got sucker, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Delete request.
I get those too all the time. And all it is big boobs.
That's the only thing I miss from being on Facebook.
Oh, Lord, you people. I can make it through the day now.
The person, you look at their profile, their friends will either be whores or scruffy looking dudes.
Yeah.
And then about 2 days later, you'll see the thing, and it'll be account deleted or whatever, account suspended or whatever.
But most of these liberal companies have stayed out of a lot of this stuff. Starbucks promotes all that shit, but you don't. Have you seen a rainbow coffee mug yet? They haven't.
I don't go in. I've never been in a Starbucks, so I wouldn't even know.
Well, Joni, she's drinking that. She's drunk their coffee. I don't know for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm not a big coffee drinker, and I don't know. It sounds like it's a big pain in the ass. So
She only goes every now and then now because we drink so much at home now.
So you don't have mugs that say, "Have you dressed your toddler boy like a girl today?"
No, all my mugs say shit like
you
this.
You haven't had like a coffee mug where it shows you how to tuck the handle?
Oh man! Yeah, they should have that tuckable handle at Starbucks.
There's one of those
$1 million idea.
Yeah, what do they call that? Like where you go to China with your idea, like Gilman's are doing. What do they call that?
Oh, yes,
private label. Private label.
Yeah. Private label. There you go. Private label that mug.
Private label tuck mug. Anyway, when you guys were talking about Fox, that Murdoch, now they got, I can't remember, McCulloch. He's got his weird first name. The guy who's running Fox now. But his brother, James Murdoch, his wife works with it's no longer the Clinton Foundation. They got this Clinton Climate Initiative, and she's directly working with the Clinton Climate Initiative. So that tells you where her politics are. So this is what they're doing at Fox. It's no accident. And that thing with that voting company, they settled with them to give them a donation. That's not a settlement. That's a donation to that voting company, to that voting machine company.
I mean, I don't understand the left and how these young people have gone so nuts. They don't study history. I mean, you can look in the last 30 years. The world should have ended 10 times by now if you listen to the left. You know, Antarctica is supposed to be gone, according to Al Gore and all this shit, by like 2012, and it's got more snow now than it ever has.
Yeah, well, they're pretty, but your audience for that's pretty thick-skulled. I mean, they're not they're not going to remember stuff like that or look it up.
It's either global warming, except for on the years where it's too cold, then it's climate crisis.
There are people who don't watch the news. You know, like people who wouldn't know that DeSantis says, present company excluded.
Yeah, I saw a video, I guess last week, of a guy calculating just an average number of trees per planet and how much CO2 each planet produces. And then he did the world, and the amount of trees in the world is still so great that, you know, there's a reason why CO2 is at record lows right now, even though they want to tell you that we're killing everything. Mm-hmm. You know, we need CO2 to live, by the way. If y'all didn't know that, you know, we need carbon dioxide to live. But because the trees need to live to keep us going. But yeah, you know, I think it's like 0.04 or something like that, and average is 0.06 to 0.07. I mean, we're at the low end of sustainability, not the high end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I was watching this thing on TV, and it was talking about the population is plateauing.
It is.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Because people are not having kids. Japan and Korea are in population. Their population is decreasing.
Do some research on China and how they've done that China One policy for so long, and they killed off so many of the girls. China in the next 20 years is going to have a terrible problem because they have an older population than we do, and they have not produced behind it. China is one famine, one or two bad years away in food supply. Remember, they import more food than anybody because their land sucks. I'm telling you, everybody fears China. China is one disaster away from just being gone.
Yeah.
Honestly, if everybody just quit buying Chinese stuff, you'd crush them.
Well, then the Dollar Tree would go bust.
Honestly, though, it's not just Dollar Tree. I mean, even high-end stuff now, most of it's made in China because there's nobody else is manufacturing stuff anymore. They decided they couldn't compete with them, and they shut their factories down. We shut our factories down in the 60s, but now it's other countries, too, have stopped production in the last 20, 30 years.
Felix, good luck, buddy. You've been over here. You understand that we have the world's largest standing army. We got guns. You don't know we got guns. Good luck. You know, the Second Amendment, for people who don't understand, the Second Amendment doesn't just only protect us from your property against crime from a criminal government, which we currently have. It also protects the world. Remember that. Without the Second Amendment and the guns in this country, we'd have long since been taken over, and the government would be ruled by these fucking morons from the world, WEF and all those crazy people. They have a problem. The Second Amendment, they can't do shit about it. You can have my guns. You're gonna lose me and other people to get them.
Remember your algorithm, though, Scott. If anybody asks you how many guns you got, it's the number of guns you have times 0 is the number of guns you got.
I took them all boating because I was gonna clean them with pond water. Lost them all.
There you go.
Yeah.
I had to go to the doctors back in Wisconsin, and they're like, "How many guns do you have in the house, and are they stored safely?" I'm thinking, what the hell kind of question is this?
Yeah. What?
I said, I don't have any guns. And she's like, "Oh, really?" Because everybody in northern Wisconsin at least has hunting rifle or something. And I'm like, nope, no, I don't have any. Nope, there's none in the house.
You should have seen the look on. So I went into my PA a couple of years ago, and I got one of those questions, and I said, "Am I counting the one right here?" And she looked at me. She's like, I said one. The look on her face that I was carried in her office was priceless.
Well, when I was
I've said 0.
when I was in the doctor's office on Friday, one of the questions was, "Do you feel threatened by anyone, or are you being abused?" And I thought to myself, well, that's I'm sure there's people that need that question, but that's kind of intrusive. Why would you ask something like that?
And then you wrote that you're verbally abused by the girl in Kentucky.
No,
Yeah, I said well, I'm afraid of this woman in Kentucky. She scares me.
Yeah, Felix, you need to pay attention to understand that if you take out New York, Chicago, St. Louis, LA, and Atlanta, 5 major where minorities kill each other. If you take out those 5 cities, the United States is number 189 of 193 countries in gun violence. Understand that if it wasn't for the one race that kills each other all the freaking time and their violence, this country would be sick. The Second Amendment is not a problem. We don't have a gun problem. My neighbors, I never thought of once. You know what I thought about my neighbors and what I was going to do to my neighbors this weekend? Those screwballs were having 10 yard sales in this neighborhood. I'm going to go visit every one of them. I'm going to talk to all of them. I don't care if they're Hispanic, Oriental, Muslim, black, white, whatever. I'm going to buy their stuff and never get in their driveways and be nice to them just like I always am. We do not have a gun violence problem here. We have one race that has the problem.
Preach.
And the government created that problem with social. Remember, Lyndon B. Johnson. You can go look up his quote, and he said that with socialization and all this money, that welfare, that he was going to have blacks, and he didn't use that term. He used another term, voting for Democrats for the next 100 years. Go look it up. And they systematically went out to destroy the family. Look at statistics on the black family in the 40s and look at statistics on the black family now. They're opposite. They had less divorce in any race. They stayed together as family units. There was hardly any single family, single parent households. None of that stuff happened. Just as the black family and the black people in America were coming through civil rights and everything was getting right, the Democrats destroyed all that with freebies.
And I don't think it's skin color, but I do think you will have a problem with a race if you group people by race, which is stupid. But if you do group people by race and statistics, you're going to have high statistics there because you've got a group that's living in these concentrated cities and not getting out. I mean, if you spread any minority population, if you spread them evenly across the country, you'd eliminate a whole bunch of these problems. It's because they're living in these sardine cans. Because the other thing is, if you look at the number of shootings committed by white people, I can damn near guarantee you the huge concentration is in cities. Because you put people on top of each other, they're going to start hurting each other. It's just human nature.
There's a reason why the government, especially on the Democratic side, and the Republicans have let them do all this. They put them in these sardine cans, and then they take away the police.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, somebody did experiments in the 50s with rats. My kid was watching his YouTube video, and it's chilling. The rats do exactly what humans do when they're in these concentrated. They start doing strange behaviors. They start cannibalizing each other. They start getting violent with each other. I mean, it's on YouTube. If you search rat experiment, I'm sure you can find it. But I mean, it's really killing what these rats start doing to each other when they're in confined spaces. And I think that's what
overpopulated.
Overpopulate, yeah. That's. I mean, everybody needs so many square feet to live. I mean, you need some space from other people. Yeah. You can't live in a crowded elevator, or you'll go nuts.
Felix has never said anything more true since I've known him. Right there, read what he says. There's a reason why they're trying to divide us by race, by generation, by everything, because they know look at how even though I believe 9/11 was an inside job, look at how the American people came together. And the strongest force, if we are together, there's nobody in this world that can defeat us.
Yeah.
You know, but the problem is look how they divide. They divide by your where you live, what color you are, how much money you make, what you believe. I mean, every little they are just slicing off. You know, what's another thing? You know, LGBT, slice them off. You know, you can keep dividing. How many different ways can we be divided? He's 100% correct. The more and more they divide, the more and more as they sit and have us fighting each other and distracted, they continue to push these stupid laws. Like the one in Florida. So everybody thinks Florida is, they started reading one of the bills that was passed in Florida. And in it, there was something about communicable diseases. And Florida and one of their recovery bills pushed through that they can mandatory vaccinations and mandatory what it is when you separate people. Whatever that word is, concentration camps and that kind of stuff.
Quarantine people.
Quarantine is the word. Y'all think old Ronnie's the answer down in Florida? I'm telling you right now, he is supported by the Bushes and all those people. If the Bushes are for him, I'm fucking against him.
Agree. Amen.
Amen to that.
If anybody the Bushes support, the hell with those commies. Go look at what Papa Bush did and Preston Bush, Granddaddy Bush did. When you start looking into Preston Bush and how the Bushes came through and the evil shit they've done, you will think twice about them. You know, you couldn't figure this out in the 80s and 90s because the information on the internet is so widespread. Go look at old Preston Bush and see what kind of a person old Preston Bush was as he headed the CIA.
Oh yeah, you can't trust a spook. Those CIA guys are trouble.
And there are people that tell me that I've gone soft. Man, the hell with y'all.
Well, I sold another Bud Light shirt just now.
Oh, there you go.
Really? That's awesome.
Y'all sad people.
Probably people doing videos where they put the Bud Light shirt on a case of Bud Light or something, then shoot it.
That's fun.
What was it? The country western singer, or was he a
Kid Rock?
Was it whatever he? I don't know what genre he sings at, but
He's like in between country and rock. He's like southern rock.
And he was shooting up the cases of
Yeah.
He's from Detroit, but he's more like southern rock.
So Felix, so Bush Senior was good to you. Remember, y'all paid that debt back when Junior had y'all set up the Twin Towers. You guys in the CIA set up the Twin Towers, so there you go.
Hey Scott, it's in the manual. You're not supposed to talk about that.
Sorry. You look at those two buildings, the way they come down, and then go look at Building 7. That was a controlled demolition.
Have you ever watched? Damn it! What's the name of that show? Designated Survivor.
Is that the show where they live on an island?
Now, Designated Survivor is when all the political people are like all the Congress and Senate are all together. State of the Union address. There's one person from the cabinet that is always kept separate.
Ching.
And in the story is the Capitol is destroyed by an inside job. So it throws, he's like the Secretary of Housing is now the President of the United States. And
there's a lot of truth to that because look, how many times you see the president and vice president go? They keep them apart for a reason.
Yeah. Well, the premise of the story is, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna spill it to you. There was some they were doing renovations on the Capitol, and the bad guys had demolition explosives in key places so the building would collapse when they were detonated.
Yep.
So anyway, so this Secretary of Housing is now the President of the United States, and it's about the trials and tribulations of rebuilding the government and, all that kind of BS.
So, Felix, you need to spread out your just eliminate yourself to Emmanuel. What about Debbie Does Dallas and all those other great ones from the 70s?
Seika.
You want to be reminded what Bush is. I mean, any of those classics from the 70s and early 80s.
Just remember, when the U.S. of A. goes down, the world will follow behind.
Very, very quickly.
All right, I got to get out of here.
All right.
Bye, Tom.
Yeah, let not your heart be troubled.
Do what?
Let not your heart be troubled.
Yeah.
After that uplifting message.
That when the U.S. goes down, the world goes down. Okay, I gotta go now.
Well, it's time for a conference call, so I have to be quiet.
I'm sorry, I have to tell you, got pancreatic cancer. Oh, I'm late for my tea time. Gotta go.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Tom.
Yeah.
Bye, Tom. Well, did we cover all the bases today?
Oh, I think we probably.
Yeah, I think we probably.
Felix, are you scared of midgets? Is that the problem? Are you scared of midgets?
Scared of midgets?
Man, if you watch TikTok and see the little midget comedian, I forget what his name is. He's one of the funniest people on this planet. The way he carries on, oh my God! Talks about when he goes in that bit about going to the bathroom and people are using his urinal because he can only use a little shorty one. Oh my goodness, that is
What do they go by? If you call a midget a little person, do they get offended, or what are you supposed to call a midget?
Well, in the old days, one was a dwarf and one was a midget, but they're two different body types. I can't remember which.
Holy shit! I just won't call them anything. I'll ask for the pronoun.
Oh, Felix.
Is a midget like a person who's just small of stature, and a dwarf has got like the thick legs?
And the bow legs.
Okay.
I don't know which. I think a dwarf is somebody that's like proportionately small. That just look like a shrunk person.
So my brother is really insane, and he talks about all the time that he wants to find a midget to travel the country with him. And every time they stop somewhere, he opens a store, and the midget's going to do somersaults out and do like a little circus show everywhere they go.
He should get that guy from Jackass. So if we can hire him. Wee Man.
Kid Rock's got a midget too.
Really?
Yeah, Little Joe or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He might have got sick. I'm not sure he's alive.
We got to cover everybody.
Yeah, he was Kid Rock's. I mean, he was every concert. He was there.
Is there anybody we haven't insulted yet?
I don't know.
Elderly women, I guess.
We saved that for Thursdays.
Okay.
Isn't that the day you go deal with Lutherans?
Yeah, they're reserved for Thursdays for sure. Yeah. Anyway, well,
there are some good uses for midgets. One of the haunted house, the haunted museum in Vegas, Zach Bagans. Your part are about to start, or you come into one of the rooms and they've got a hidden door, and the little midget comes out and scares the fuck out of you. Now that's.
I didn't know. I looked up this Joe C. That's a midget that was in Kid Rock's band. 2000.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was only 24 years old.
That's a
or 26. Joe C. Yeah, he was a feisty little son of a bitch.
Yeah, John, if you listen to this show or watch this show, your social credit score is probably negative right now.
They use this show for profiling purposes.
Oh my God! In '97, he posed with two strippers nude for an album cover, and they thought the photo lab reported it was child pornography. So they had to verify the guy was 23 years old. Oh boy,
What's my topic tomorrow?
That's tough.
I don't know. I hadn't even thought that far ahead yet. The little sandwich stealers, they're inside with Joni. I think she volunteers on Tuesday and Thursday, so they're sitting in there watching her mad that she's gonna leave because she's getting ready. When she leaves, they'll come out here and they'll realize all I'm doing is working, and then they'll go in there and hang out with Jacob. I did make a video yesterday, Lag. In case anybody didn't know, that brand, never overlook that brand. These headphones last sold for $5 something, and then there was a spike where somebody had them listed for $1,200, but I don't know if they sold it. I gave the lady at the flea market $10. She said, "I think those are worth 50 or 60." Then she hemmed and hawed, and she said, "Oh, I'll take the $10." And then she said, "Maybe those are the ones I looked up that were 200." I'm like, "No, they're more than that." And then I bought these. Everybody should know that little symbol right there. It means this is a collaboration with Razer. You can see the Razer right there. The last pair of these that sold was $4.25. Okay. I paid up for these. I paid $70 for these.
They're Overwatch gaming headphones.
Yeah, Sennheiser is incredible, Felix. The headphones on the bass that comes through and the sound that comes through those, it's absolutely amazing when it comes to those headphones. Somebody probably bought them and they had sticker shock and sent them back because they've got an Amazon return sticker on them, but that's all right. I can list them like new on Amazon. All the pieces are there. They didn't open any of the speaker tips or any of that stuff.
Nice.
I'll probably put them up for $249, $299, something.
All right, folks. We'll see y'all on Scott's show in the morning.
All right.
And thanks for being here. And I'm glad the conversation stayed conservative so that I won't get the video taken down.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck.
You better start broadcasting to Rumble, too.
All right. We'll see y'all. Take care.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.